Two questions for you guys. So both of you do OnlyFans. Just how much do you guys make on OnlyFans per month? Avery?
Can't say.
6 figures, 5 figures.
Can you say what percentage of earners you're in?
That's the same thing.
Yeah, but no, I mean,
Give us a range: 5 figures, 6 figures, 50K a month,
make a
20K a month.
I don't disclose, but I do.
You pay
well.
any dollars in the highest tax bracket of like what 36%? Do you ever get there?
I pay a lot of taxes.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, what? 100 mil? You realize like that is set up your grandchildren, like
what I'm saying.
that is just you don't have to work another day in your fucking life.
I've never
100 mil.
considered that. Wow, I could retire off 100 mil,
that's
Brian.
not what you, that's
Like,
what you
that's a
con-
lot
that's
of
not what you
fucking- I'm
consider.
just saying.
Consider the social changes you could make with $100 million. That's what I'm saying.
Let's
Like,
say he's a premature ejaculator too. So
Okay,
it's
that's a
over quick.
utilitarian argument, but
Like he's a premature ejaculator. Does that change anything? Like so it's quick, you know?
no.
I would argue that that's not even maybe the question to ask. The question to ask is the amount of money that you two girls are making on OnlyFans. Is it worth giving up a family and a love? Because any man that is worth his fucking salt that you would even be attracted to wouldn't put up with it. I can tell you right now. And you, my dear, are a depreciating asset. So every day that goes by, you're going to be less and less beautiful. And at some point, there's going to be a history of you doing that. As beautiful as you are, you're stunning. You're a pretty girl. But no man that is going to be in your league is going to put up with it. And so the question is, if you were truly in love and you had true desire for a man that would put his foot down with you and tell you how it was going to be, would you or would you not give up your OnlyFans?
No, I wouldn't. Same way if I wanted to really
Then
expand
you,
my
did,
dating
then
pool,
you do
I'd
not genuinely desire that man.
job.
You would not be in love with that man.
Your job's
Because
above
if
the
you were
man.
in love with that man, you would shut it down. And that day will come for you. It'd probably be way
Again,
down
why
the
don't I
road.
put on a hijab? Because then I can find a man who actually reciprocates. Because Muslim men lower their
Any
gaze when other
man,
women
any man that asks you
walk
to do it
by.
and you say no to, you're going to look at as a pussy. You will not respect him and you will not love him. Any man that you look up to and respect, you would quit doing it for. And that day might not be today, but it will come. Good luck.
If he reciprocates, if he quits occasioning the strip club, if he quits watching porn, if
sure.
he also takes that initiative, and I meet the love of my life, sure.
All right, let me
It's
female
basically
delusional.
an action.
Meanwhile, there's
If
10,
he
20
shows
years of
you
He's
digital
got to be that
footprint.
dude. He's got to be that dude fully. He's got to be able to look you in
Just
the eye
like
and tell
as
you
I
shut
said,
that shit
men
down.
are
I mean
all
it.
performances.
Yeah.
He has to show
That's
that
it.
exactly.
Enough to let go. And that's what I appreciate about what you said earlier. The first time I agreed with you was a little bit earlier when you were like, yes, if I knew that I could be inside that frame. And that's what I was saying about women hold on until they know it's safe. I can respect a woman that'll hold on until she knows. I don't have a problem with the making money thing. Even the OnlyFans thing doesn't really bother me that bad. I get it. It's easy money and it's really good money. But if he comes along, it'd be hard for me to believe that any woman at this table would not let go of OnlyFans. Because
Of course,
once he's
but
there,
it does take a certain amount of process.
it
does
takes
take
that. It takes
time.
that man.
Of course,
and
it
that's
does take that.
and that's
man.
why I believe in building men. You don't build strong men to spite women. You build strong men for women.
Hey, let me say something. The two of you are going to meet men, and initially you're going to be very happy. But the problem is there's a reason why they picked you and not someone else who isn't doing. I hate to say this because it sounds very mean, but you're going to ask yourself, why did this guy pick me and not someone who isn't doing OnlyFans? There is going to be a voice in the back of your head. It's like, why did this person pick me? And when they could have had something with less drama and less exposure, and that voice is going to be in your head, and then you're going to see what that thing is. That you're going to see what that chink in the armor is. Maybe he's a simp, or maybe he does not know how to define boundaries, or maybe he keeps getting out of relationships because he's outrageously insecure or whatever. The problem is, it's not that you won't find a man. Both of you will definitely find men. It's just the problem is when you do, you're not going to be wholeheartedly willing to change my religion and crawl over broken glass like the way Rolo describes with his wife.
Genuine desire.
Genuine desire. You aren't going to have that genuine desire, and 78% of divorces in the United States are initiated by women. Do you understand?
Word. I got to jump in just because we do have to
you
get
got
some
it.
chats here. Okay, so we have Derek Man X here. Oh, I think this one already came in. Glasses, stop talking like you know men. Real men don't care how you feel or how you think. It's not real. We want what we want. Boom. Okay, Derek Man X. I think that's Travis. Thank you, Travis. Hold on. I have to wait until that one disappears. We have Spencer Park who donated $100. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to start preemptively reading this after that one comes through. Mia look alike, should go to law school and would be a 1% lawyer, but the world isn't logical. Men and women are held to different standards. What makes a woman valuable is different from men. I can see how men would be intimidated by the way you talk. Your response.
They're saying I'm a very masculine woman.
Do you have a
Maybe
response?
headstrong. I don't think you're masculine. I think maybe headstrong is
Do
probably
you have a
better
response to Spencer Park?
No, I mean, we've already we've been building off the premise that men and women are different. I don't think we're arguing that they're the same. I was saying, where are those differences relevant in terms of body count when, again, we've proven that double virginity bodes the best marriages. That was my point.
That's such an outlier statistic, though,
It's-
right?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Don't
it's
you
an
think?
outlier statistic because there's so few double virgin marriages, and also the double virgin marriages tend to be like Amish people. It tends to be people in like extremely
cousins.
austere relationship. Does that make sense? Most men and women do not get together in the United States as virgins. When it happens, there tends to be other cultural reasons. So it's really hard to say, is this if this is an outlier?
It's not a trend.
It's not a trend. What you can see as a trend is if you look over thousands and thousands of people, is men tend to not be super affected by their body count as far as their ability to stay in a marriage, and women tend to be more affected by it. For men, it tends to be their options. Like, for instance, if you happen to live next door to the Playboy Mansion, you're more likely to stray. For women, it's previous partners that cause them to be more likely to cheat. And that's what men are afraid of. On top of the fact that they have this innate evolutionary necessity to be with a woman who has a low body count. So there's a cognitive reason and then also a subconscious reason, and both of them are backed by science. That's the problem. Is it a double standard? Fuck yes, it's a double standard. Nobody's arguing that it isn't. But your question, though, is it moral? I mean, that's not something, it's not moral that I can bench press
Is it
more than
fair?
you.
No,
Is it
it's
fair?
not
No,
fair.
it's not. That's just the way it is. The other thing is, and it's just going to sound like I'm making an excuse. The average man, like I said before, has 17 times as much testosterone going through him than a woman does. Imagine the horniest you've ever been in your entire life. Multiply that by 17, and that's Tuesday for us. And that's the reason. Again, I'm not trying to make it an excuse, but now you see this irrational level of horniness. And then you realize that testosterone not only regulates your libido, but your assertiveness, your aggressiveness, your necessity to solve problems, your necessity to save your fellow man, right? Your bravado,
Slit throats and then pick
slit
up the
throats
baby.
and whole babies. All those things come from the same hormone that causes us to be outrageously horny compared to women.
Are we? I just got to keep going. Eric T, thing for the 100. Would any of the girls date a 54-year-old who throws charity events? Join MOA.
I don't throw charity events. I know what you're coming at.
Show of hands. Who would date a 54-year-old man? Anybody? Okay. All right.
Got one.
Yes. Sweet. All right. we
Wait,
got.
I'm just more
Yo,
of a personality.
Eric,
though.
Really, like Rollo, you're talking 54, right?